I don't think it's a controversial statement to say that 2023 is going to go down as one of the best years in Transformers history. Seriously, it seems like every new wave we are getting the best rendition of certain characters. I mean, just look at Studio Series 102. The robot mode is damn near perfect. And yes, I do know the back of the truck mode is really ugly, but that doesn't negate the excellence of the robot mode. Also, if you really want a good looking truck, just use Studio Series 38. But moving past Studio Series, the main line for Rise of the Beast has also been extremely impressive, with Air Razor easily being the best bird transformer ever, and I do mean ever. However, the line also gave us one of the worst Bumblebee movie figures, but that's outside of the point. But where I think the franchise has shown the most improvement is with the Generations line, also known as Legacy. Legacy had a really rough start with one of the least impressive first waves in memory. RC. The line did slowly recover though, and then Legacy Evolution happened and completely blew it out of the water with just one wave. Don't believe me? Let's go through the different size classes and see just how much better Legacy Evolution was than Legacy. I see your Core Class Iguanus, and I raise you a Core Class Swoop. I see your Deluxe Tarantulas, and I raise you a Needlenose. I see your Armada Starscream, and I raise you a Tarn. I see your Leader Class Transmetal 2 Megatron, and I raise you an Armada Megatron. I mean, the only area you truly have any arguments for Legacy being better are the Commander class and maybe the Deluxe class, just due to how freaking many Deluxes they released. But Commander class, Armada Optimus is still more impressive to me. But that doesn't mean that Evolution is perfect. No line is. It still has its missteps and issues. Which, unfortunately, brings us to today's video. Greetings Wolfpack, this is Wolfatron 3000, and today we will be talking about Transformers Legacy RID Tow Line. We begin in vehicle mode and we can immediately see some issues here. Now I'm going to preface this next statement with the fact that I have not seen a single moment of RID 2000. Now I'm also going to preface this video by saying that I have no issue with characters being remolded. Hell, it's a cornerstone of the Transformers franchise. If you don't accept it by this point, you're in the wrong fandom, pal. But what I do have issue with is whenever the wrong mold is chosen for a character. This is especially prominent in the Transformers Prime characters. RC is definitely the most egregiously bad of them, but you can definitely see it in the other three that the mold just doesn't seem to really work with what they were trying to go for. Up until this point, even in Legacy Evolution, the line had done pretty well at differentiating retools from the original figure, or at least had picked molds that fit the character well. With Tow Line though, Jesus have we fallen back into the wrong mold territory. He's a retooling of the Scrap Hook mold, and herein lies the first issue. Nothing, and I mean nothing about this mold has been changed except the colors and the head. Even Axle Grease changed pieces of the base mold even though majority of it was still the same. It also cleverly uses the weapons to further change the mold. This is just Scrap Hook but with lime green and bits of orange. And here's the thing, assuming this figure absolutely needed to be a retool or remold, they already had the mold that could have worked for it. I've even shown it in the video. Can you take a guess which one? Laser Prime. Don't get me wrong, it wouldn't be perfect, but let's go through this. Instead of a trailer, sword, and shield, you use the plastic from that to bulk out the rear of the vehicle and re-engineer to where the front of the vehicle swings down to become the chest instead of going off to the side to become the shoulders. Add a tow accessory and bam, you've got a pretty good looking tow line figure. And we know this is something that Hasbro is willing to do. Just take a look at the mainline Rhinox figure. Yeah, it shares some engineering aspects with the Kingdom figure, but overall, it does deviate while still having the main parts there. But let's get to robot mode and see if maybe there's a silver lining that I'm missing about this figure. Okay, so for Tow Line's transformation, it's the exact same as Scrap Hooks. However, I do recommend going ahead and removing all of the extra accessories that he comes with. It just helps with clearance things, keeps things cleaned up. First, what you can do is go ahead and fold out these two little side panels here. Go ahead and
split the arms at the back and unfold that. And then you want to kind of unfurl everything back here out to the side. That's going to be a constant problem with the scrap hook mold in general, not just toe line. So, and then you kind of want to get it to where they're out at an angle like that. Those two purple hinges need to be out like that for clearance later on. Next, take the front end of the truck, just pull it down. Go ahead and push the front end forward like so. A little bit of paint chipping right there. And then just push the feet down, and there you go. You can take off these little the engine vents here. However, they're very difficult to get to. And they're weapons for later on, but I prefer to just leave them on. But for now, we'll just leave them off, just because the instructions say so. And then go ahead and fold the roof of the vehicle up, and fold before you fold the chest down, take the head and just rotate it forward. And then you want to take the chest and push it up. There are 2 tabs on these little purple sections. I don't know. Yeah, we'll use Hotshot's leg as a background. The little tab will go into a very small slot in the purple section of the head area. You know, this little purple area that the head sits on has 2 slots on the inside of it that you want to slide those tabs into. And then you rotate the arms to where the 5mm pegs are on the outside. Rotate the hands. Then rotate the waist and split the legs. They tab together very nicely. That's one good thing about this figure that I do like. And then the back, you can either have them split. The instructions do say to have them tab together at like so. And then you accessorize however you want. And we'll go ahead and just give him that. I personally like to put these where they go in vehicle mode, just so if I want ease of transformation, I don't have to always take them off. And then that there, and then 1 gun there, and 1 gun there. And there you have Toe Line in robot mode.
So in robot mode, the issues only seem to get worse. The biggest issue is that this looks nothing like Toe Line outside of the head, which is the only new piece on the figure. And oh boy, does it stick out. The roundness of the head and the sharp spikes and edges of the rest of the robot mode lead to an extreme clash of styles going on. It's giving 86 Starscream vibes. But where that figure simply could have been fixed by making changes to the detailing, I don't think this figure could have been saved. That figure at least looks like Starscream. This only looks like Toe Line in the head. And again, this is where a different mold would have been an instant save. The reason I pick Prime is because at least there's a way the engineering could have been changed in order for the front of the vehicle to become the chest, and taking some accessories away would allow for more plastic to be added to the vehicle to make it bulkier. Again, I'm saying this all assuming Toe Line absolutely has to be a retool/remold. Now, if you really don't care about the issues I've brought up, you'll probably still like the figure. It has all the play value and articulation of Scrap Hook, and does still have the Junkie on Combiner gimmick. But here's the thing, the main goal of Legacy is to pay homage to all Transformers media from the past 40 years. And when characters get this kind of treatment, it doesn't feel like an homage, it feels like a box being checked off. And it isn't the only figure in Evolution that I feel is going to suffer the same fate, as both Cyberverse and RID 2015, ironically, are getting the similar treatment, as Shadow Striker is an obvious pre-tool, and Strongarm looks like it's going to suffer the same fate as Toe Line here. But only time will tell. For all I know, Strongarm will be great and use the mold in a way that makes her unique from Alita and Minerva. However, my hopes are pretty low. But with all this being said, it doesn't discount the rest of the great things that have come from Legacy Evolution this year. And this is just my opinion. If you love this figure, that's great. I love that you were able to find enjoyment in something even if I personally wasn't able to. I'm always a big proponent of just because I like something or dislike something doesn't mean you have to. If you think this figure is a great homage to the original character, that's fine. Hell, like I've said, I've never seen the show, so maybe I'm inherently missing something. But based on what I have been able to see, this is the RC of Legacy Evolution.